Kick the tires and light the fires. Do it.
Hey, what's up, Browns fans? Thanks for stopping into the Danger Zone. I'm Josh, joined by my co-host Richard. What's up, buddy?
Victory Monday, bitches.
Oh, we love them.
That's it. Just Victory Monday. Care about nothing else.
Victory Monday it is, my man. Talked about it being a big game going into that one, and it was, and the Browns handled business. And I think that's kind of it's going to lead me right into my main takeaway of that game on Sunday night, and that was the team played like it was another day at the office. You know, they just handled business. Hey, we got to go out there. We got to beat the Giants, and they went out there and did it. I think you actually kind of summed it up really nicely when you said it was one of the most relaxing Browns wins in the last 18 years, or the most relaxing. And I think that's indicative of them just going out there and kind of methodically handling business. Like, yeah, we need to win this. We're going to go win it.
Yeah, look, man, there's a bunch of different ways to win the NFL, right? It's, a game like you saw, right? And then there's games when we had against Baltimore, where you just need big play after big play after big play. Yesterday, it was just a nice kind of, I don't know how to explain it, because as I said, the people that were responding to the tweet I had was, it's unfamiliar. It feels weird. We're not in the business of having a win where you kind of knew your team was better.
Right.
Because up until this point, let's be real, we never had the point where we thought our team was better. Like, legitimately, we talked ourselves into it. Yeah, we're better than these guys, and then we go out and we get dick stomped all over the fucking field. But
there was the
different
jaded reservations always, right? Like, when's the other shoe going to drop? And we talk about this from time to time, but last night, there was none of that with me. Even going into the game, I picked them to win by 14. Actually, I had 28-14, not 20-6, but there was no, I was confident throughout that whole game, even before the game, that we're going to go get it done. I don't know, seeing it is different than, thinking it beforehand. So it was definitely nice to see. Let's get into some of the good with that game, Rich, because there was plenty, plenty to go around in that win. And I think we got to lead. We got to start with Baker again. Baker balled out again, Rich. He does it. He just does it week after week, it seems like now.
Well, I don't think there's maybe one other quarterback in the NFL that's played as well as Baker has over the last 7 weeks. One or two guys, and they're the usual suspects, Mahomes and Rod. What Baker for the last 7 weeks is nothing short of an MVP match. He broke records again last night, which seems to be a reoccurring theme
every week
since
man.
he's got to town. Dude, look, man, and all you Baker haters, I hate to bring this up again because I want to be just done with it. But did you see some of the fucking throws last night, dude?
Big time throws.
I mean, and throws that if they're anywhere else, it's not a completion. Anywhere. A little bit short, a little bit high, a little bit sooner, any of those things. It was fucking perfection.
That throw, and it didn't amount to a first down, but that throw on third, and I think it was 24 or something to Higgins, and he got 22 yards out of it. Damn near got the first down.
And he stuck, dude.
Oh my God, dude, just stuck it.
In coverage, and he fucking put it on him. He put it on him.
Yeah.
It's so nice to see, man.
How about the feeling, real quick? How about the feeling of 3rd and 10, 3rd and 15, and feeling like we're probably going to get this? We probably have a good shot at getting this first down.
Realistically look at it, like, I don't know what their numbers are on 3rd down, but like 3rd and 10, feel like it's almost 50-50, maybe a little better.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how I feel. I feel like it, but honestly, I kind of expect it to happen more so than not, as opposed to where it was
right
3rd and 8 and plus, and I'm like, punt. You know what I mean? Like it's it's coming. And half the time we fucking ran the ball because we knew we couldn't fucking get it. You know? Everything about the game was good. It never looked like it was not in our hands. Baker was fucking lights out. Hooper had a pretty good fucking game. The running game we couldn't get going, but speaking of that kind of shit, how about Nick Harris?
Yeah, Nick Harris stepped in real nice. And it's unfortunate that he had to see the time he did because obviously that means we were down a couple guys and we are down a couple guys. So it's going to be a little sketchy with that going forward. Real quick before I jump off Baker, because I do want to get to other positives. Couple good things. You talk about setting marks. So this is the 7th game of the season with over 100 passer rating. I think that's, noteworthy for sure. He was plus 16 above expected on completion percentage, and that was the best this season by any QB. So we talked about this stat kind of cropping up this year with the better than expected or above expected. So best mark by a QB in terms of completion percentage above expected on the season at plus 16. Against the blitz, another noteworthy note. Baker Mayfield's always getting kind of beat on because he's not good against pressure, and rightfully so, because the numbers would suggest that. Not the case against the Giants. On 13 passes while being pressured, he was 12 of 13 for 10.5 yards per attempt. So pretty good against the blitz. Actually, is a career best for him. Pretty good against the blitz on Sunday with the Giants. And like you said, man, he's playing top 3 level. Last 8 games, he's playing a top 3. You can't make an argument he's playing worse than top 5, but top 3 for sure.
If you go by QBR, he's the 5th rated quarterback in the NFL.
Right
now, currently.
So fucking 6, baby. As you can see, the backgrounds, both of us. Rich has got the jersey on, so got to give 6 his props because he's playing lights out and he deserves it. One thing his play is bringing to light, and I think it's it's helping. I don't want to take away from these guys, but one thing his play is bringing to light is the value of one Rashard Higgins. So we talked about him on the last podcast. He's coming through week after week. This guy makes some tough contested catches. He's kind of got a little bit of Jarvis nature to him in terms of those types of catches, but he's a little quicker, has a little bit more athletic ability, and he's got that chemistry with Baker, man. Higgins is really coming on, and I am here for it.
Well, I mean, outside of it just being Higgins, because we've all been kind of cheering for him, I don't know what the fuck happened last year with him and Njoku. Njoku showed up.
Yeah, he did.
But Higgins, I don't. He's always where he's supposed to be, and he catches the football. I don't want to get too crazy. He's not making some outlandish shit. You know what I mean? He's not going to set the world on fire. But he's exactly the guy you need.
Right. And that's valuable.
Exactly the guy you need. Where, man, it's 3rd and 7 and I need 8. You're going to be. And you got 2 of them, really. You got him and Jarvis. I mean, it's becoming a problem with Higgins because he's drawing some attention.
Yeah, yeah.
And Baker seems to just hit tighter spots, too. I mean, that shit just warms my fucker.
It does. Higgins, and Baker, we led with these 2 guys in terms of the good, and I think these are 2 guys you're going to see some talks start to heat up here over the next month or 2 on potential extensions, more money. Well, Higgins obviously because he's on a 1-year deal, but definitely the core of this offense moving forward. So it's going to be nice to see them lock these guys up, which will happen. Offensive line, you talked about. He's getting paid, dude. Both of them are. Well, Higgins on the lower tier, but Baker's gonna make money. I put that tweet out there earlier. So prepare yourselves, fan base who thinks you're cap experts. Baker's gonna get some money. So offensive line, Nick Harris. You brought him up. Guy stepped in admirably. And with Nick Harris, I think with Nick Harris seeing the field on Sunday, I believe I seen that was the whole draft class minus Delpit, right? Had seen the field.
I believe so, yeah.
That is, and they're performing too. It's not like we're just playing young guys because we're tanking or we're, hitting the reboot.
They're
performing.
picking up in tight spots. I wrote an article earlier in the year that said No, I didn't see it going this far. I thought Nick Harris could play football at some point. I didn't think he was going to push anyone for a job. Peoples-Jones, the draft class has been outstanding. Phillips just got some growing to do. I want to see what he's capable of here. But Nick Harris was on the fucking money last night.
Wasn't he though? I mean,
look, as soon as I saw Hubbard go down, and you've heard me talk about Nick Harris before. Like I like him. I'm a fan. And my whole Twitter feed was, oh, fucking, we're fucked, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, dude, Nick Harris is time to shine. He's coming in and he'll be fine. And he was, dude. He had one pressure, which turned into a sack. He just got beat by a good football player. Like he didn't, you know what I'm saying? He didn't blow an assignment. He just got beat. I think it was Lawrence that beat him for the sack. But you didn't notice him, which is fucking perfect for an O-lineman. You didn't notice him other than the sack. He's going to be a player.
Yeah.
Man, I'm telling you right now.
I think it speaks a little bit to, not a little bit, a lot of it to obviously Callahan and just that unit as a whole this year. The way they've been able to perform, not just the starters, but even guys filling in. And you get down into the third ranks of the depth chart here, and it's still ringing true. They're stepping in, they're playing, they're making plays, they're protecting their quarterback. This offensive line has been something to behold this year for sure. And then right behind that, you get into our running game, and you said they didn't have a huge game this past week here on Sunday, which is fine. But man, they seem to be there when they're needed, right? And they are, talk about hitting marks, breaking records. Another part of this Browns squad that is doing so week after week. So you're looking at, Nick Chubb, being one of only 2 running backs in NFL history to have 3,000 yards and average 5+ yards per carry over their first 3 seasons. The only other one being, of course, Jim Brown. Chubb in the fourth quarter, 10+ yards a carry. I mean, these guys, it's nonstop. Chubb and Hunt, first pair of running backs to each record 10 touchdowns in the same season since. This is Browns running backs since Horde and Mack in 91. These guys are just continually producing, continually knocking down stats. I'm at a loss most weekends because I don't know what to do with my hands sometimes. And this team is just, it's what we've always wanted coming to fruition. And that's almost super surreal to me.
Dude, they're hitting on all cylinders. And look, running the ball, we're like second or third in league in rushing. That doesn't mean we have to rush every game for 200 yards. Right. You just have to be effective when you do. And we were effective more times than not. And don't take anything away. The Giants, like front 6, there's the front 4 and
5.5
Martinez. Yeah, the front 4 and Martinez are a good fucking group. I mean, they're
top 10 run defense.
Yeah, they're legit. And we were still able to run on them for effect, which then kept the play action alive, which kept the passing game alive.
Good choice of words. For effect. Perfecto.
Sometimes you're running a play, yes, when you call a play, you intend for it to be a touchdown, right? Everyone, you don't call a play because you just want to get 3 yards.
Right. Let me get my 3-yard play. Hold on.
But the outcome of a play may not justify enough the effect of the play. You know what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't make it a bad play because we only got 2 yards. That play may be something else setting up for in the future. You know what I mean? Someone mentioned it on Twitter today. I think it was our boy, Jeremy Lawless from Tribecast. It was, this extra motion that you see from Stefanski. And if you paid attention, he's setting something up with some of this goofy motion and things like that. And it's not necessarily for the game at hand. There's been times where he's put things in motion a week or 2 ahead, where he'll run that motion and then you won't see it again for the rest of the game. 2 weeks later, you see that motion, but you're seeing a new variation of that same motion. And he's putting things together. I mean, he's a top I think when he was in Minnesota, he was a top 3 play caller. He's doing a fucking lights out job this year.
Oh,
keeping it all together with all these moving pieces.
Night and day difference.
Yeah, God. I mean, let's not beat up on Freddie too bad. Can't believe I just said that. He didn't just it wasn't his decision to do it and to do some of those funky shit they were doing, you know what I'm saying, last night. But Stefanski is aggressive. I mean, he's everything we want in a head coach, honest to God. I mean, I remember times screaming at the TV just for it, and we never did. And now it's like, maybe let's think about, okay, we're going for it. Fuck it. Let's roll.
Yeah.
On we go.
And it's, they're getting it. They're getting them when they need them. Actually, I think this is a good kind of segue into talking about the defense a little bit. The defense was able to stop some fourth down tries, which I don't know if I've seen that all season, Rich. Like, holy shit. So 2 times did the defense stop fourth down attempts. And there wasn't a whole lot of good with the defense. But we go into every week kind of expecting that. The things that should have been good, though, pretty much were. Ward, was he missed ever those 3 weeks he was out? Him being on the field is such a difference maker. I mean, that's why, the one dude I was arguing with on Twitter about cornerbacks, the Ravens fan with Marcus Peters, and he's, calling Ward a bum. And I'm like, dude, do you watch the game of football?
No, he doesn't watch the game of football.
Because Ward is he's a top 5 corner when he's playing. He's just got to stay healthy. And man, he was missed. Great to have him back. And then the thing you expect to do well is our defensive line. And I think they had a pretty decent game. Now, Miles was held pretty in check, but he still disrupts, and he's still battling, obviously, some lung issues or some breathing issues from the Rona. So he's still recovering there. But with him on the field, you've seen how Richardson and Vernon were able to play on Sunday night.
Dude, Vernon's been a man.
Yes, Vernon has been.
Has been an absolute fucking man. The last couple of weeks, last 4 weeks, 5 weeks maybe. Ogunjobi had a damn good game as well.
Wowie.
Yeah, the linebackers are still shitty. The D-line, as far as I'm concerned, was pretty fucking good last night, all the way around. I don't have any real, distinct complaints D-line wise. I liked what I saw. We were still able to move the pocket and get pressure, and Miles wasn't having one of his Miles games. So that's always promising.
Yeah. Alfred Morris gave us a little bit of trouble in the run game.
Just fresh legs and some, you know what I'm saying? Like, he only had, 6 or 8 carries?
7 carries. Yep, 7 carries. 5.6 per. Damn, he had over 5. I didn't know it was that much. But, yeah, he gave us a little bit of trouble. But spelling, it's...
And I'd be curious to see how many of those came on third down right before they punted. You know what I'm saying? 3rd and 16, and you run a draw and you get 12. Like, nobody's surprised there. You know what I'm saying?
True.
I'd like to see the count on that, but what's his face? You know who fucking came to show up, and I can't believe I haven't said his name really all year for anything good. It was Carl fucking Joseph.
Carl.
I mean,
yeah, he did.
God damn. He showed the fuck up.
Well, and look, these guys, these defenders here are going to have to put in inspired efforts from here on out in order for us to hang. I mean, you got your Jets coming up. Then you got the Steelers. Then you're talking playoffs, right? So obviously we got to go win next week. We got to handle our business. But looking long term, these guys are going to have to play inspired. And if you're not getting turnovers, you're going to have to be making up in other areas. So hopefully, with the D-line or whatever. But you see bits and pieces of it here. It's funny, though, because it's like one game, it'll be turnover heavy,
Right.
We'll be that opportunistic defense, and then nothing else will really come in. Then the next game, it'll be, the defensive line was dominant, and, we were able to win that way. So hopefully they just keep finding these ways to not get routed, like the Baltimore games and the Pittsburgh game, earlier in the season. So I don't know. Jury with me is still way far out there on Wilkes, excuse me.
Wilkes.
I'm still in the past, I guess. Seeing Freddie was just like brought it up. So anyway, they've got some work to do defensively still to keep pace and to be able to make a push really once we get in the playoffs. But it's nice to see this offense humming, because if we're going to give up 40, as long as we can score 41, we're good to go.
Look, I think we're past. I mean, yes, we're going to need our players to play big, right? But you kind of know we are who we are.
Yeah.
Right. In terms of personnel. I think in the playoffs is Woods' time to shine, dude. Scheme the fuck out of that defense. You know what I'm saying? Like,
need it.
You're gonna do something different because we just don't have the dudes. You know?
Yeah.
You're gonna have to scheme up some shit to cover up some boo-boos, and then get some guys, 2, 3, 4 guys playing out of their fucking mind in a playoff game, and
right.
you might have the recipe right there.
Playoffs, Rich. We're talking about it. We mentioned it a couple of times. We might as well just.
Yeah, it's a word. It's not a forbidden word anymore.
No. Hell no. And the importance of that game was we needed it, because losing would have knocked us out of the playoffs. Being on the outside looking in, winning kept us in that 5th seed, and that's exactly where we sit right now at 10-4. The tiebreaker over the Colts, who also are 10-4, then the Dolphins, then the Ravens. It's shaping up to be really weird end of the season, man. Now, I seen the scenarios, so what I'm looking at pretty much boils down to, number one, the Browns winning, obviously, next week against the Jets, and then either the Colts losing, or either the Titans or Colts losing, or Dolphins losing,
or
Baltimore losing.
And I think Miami's the game behind, right?
Yeah, Miami's a game behind.
Yeah, so I mean, we need the exact opposite of what happened this week to happen.
Yes, because we got no help.
Everybody
this week.
fucking won. Everybody fucking won, you dicks.
So if we win, we just need one of the other 3 scenarios or one of the other 3 outcomes to go our way. Just one.
Yeah, what's here? Okay, I mean, that's, do you realize we could go 11-5 and miss the playoffs?
Yeah, I know. I don't want to rule it out, because we've seen some shit in this town before. But it's one of those kind of weird path.
We got to talk about it, man.
Percentages and stuff. And no, for sure. And again, Browns go out there and handle business. I mean, you win out, you're in. You win the next 2, you're
right.
Obviously.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, but what's at the end of the fucking tracks here right now?
The
I
team
don't want to get
about
ahead
to
of
watch
ourselves.
tonight.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we still got to go out and play the Jets, right? So
we do. Yeah.
Kind of leading into it a little bit, say we go out and beat the Jets. Steelers win tonight. Steelers lock up the 2 seed tonight, right?
Yes, with a win that would. Yes.
If they lock up the 2 seed, they'll rest everybody next week, the following week, right?
Well, no, that wouldn't lock it up. I guess they could lose. They could lose 2 in a row. The Bills could win 2 in a row. It all but locks it up. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, it's just concerning that there's a
Yeah.
That we could go 11-5. I mean, look here. Let's just fuck it. We got to go 12-4. I don't give a fuck what the situation is. You can be playing for your fucking playoff life, potentially week 17. I guess the only team I'd want to beat in that scenario.
Yes.
All right. The only team I want to beat. And then on top of it, I don't give a fuck about the 5 seed.
Division.
Give me the 6.
Oh, you want the 6? To play. Oh,
I want the 6 seed. Play Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
Pittsburgh, baby. Yep.
Is there a way we can get the 6 seed? I don't know.
I don't know.
Maybe.
I mean,
it's getting, like I said,
5 or 7.
Right. Like 5 or out. Like you get nothing. No, I think it might be. I don't know if we can get the 6 seed or not. There's about 975,000 scenarios. So regardless, win.
I want
win,
Pittsburgh.
Keep winning.
I don't give a shit.
Keep winning. Win. And it could come down to do the winning. It could come down to the last game of the season, Rich. We could win next week, and it could come down to fucking week 17 against the Steelers at home. And you're right. We could be 11 wins at that point we could have. And like it could come down to that game, which is absurd. But I think Stefanski has his team in the right mindset, going in the right direction. You listen to these post-game speeches, that he gives. Browns put it out, and the one theme is the same, and it's, hey, that's great, but are we done? No, sir. You got more for me? Yes, sir. Boom. And then they're off to work. This fucking team, it's nothing. I think they're going to win out. And we'll talk about the games as we come to it, but this fucking team has the eye. I use this song already for a podcast, but they have the eye of the tiger right now. These motherfuckers are in it.
Right now they do. I look, I think even though we don't do the moral victory thing, I think that game against Baltimore, who look, man, I mean, it's a pretty thin slice between the top team in the AFC North right now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you have valid reasons to pick any of the three teams.
It's
but
true.
That game against Baltimore, granted we lost, man. There were plays left out on the field, but I think it showed the players that what Stefanski's rolling with, and to believe in him and to buy in even more. And also like a little bit of, hey man, you guys belong here.
Yeah.
This isn't some Cinderella bullshit and you're getting lucky. Like you're earning these W's. And, you belong on the fucking top tier of the AFC. What the fuck did I just say?
Yeah. And they're definitely playing like it right now, at least, offensively for sure. They got to keep it up.
I never once thought I'd utter those words.
Right. Yeah. It was looking grim for, 2 decades. So tough.
Right.
It was tough. Times though, they are changed and changing continuously, but they have changed, as in we will not be there again. This shit does not live here no more, as our buddy Godson always says. And right now the Browns sitting at 10 wins, man. Only the second time since the rebirth we've been at 10 or more wins. Third time since 94, 7th time since 1980. You get the picture. It's not something that happens often unless you're Bill Belichick. Revel in it. Relish it. 10 wins. Look, we're on track. We're going to get there. And we're going to be there with you every step of the way. So be sure, check us out. Mark1sports.com. You got the danger zone there. Check out all your Indians, Cavs stuff there. Your money line, which is going to give you your daily fantasy sports. Make sure to hit mark1sports.com. Check out the store while you're there too. Also, I have to tell you before we leave, you got to get on the Thrive Fantasy train. If you're not already, download the app. It's going to give you your kind of daily fantasy sports, but it uses player props instead. So a little bit of unique twist on that. And if any of you guys are degenerates like the rest of us, which I'm sure you are, you're going to like getting down on that. So make sure and download Thrive Fantasy. Use your Mark 1 promo code to get your match bonus on that one. Rich, beautiful victory on Sunday. We're sitting here Victory Monday, giving our faithful the rundown of the game. We're going to definitely dive into the Jets game later in the week, as we always do. But for this episode, why don't you lead us out with something nice, buddy?
Dog Pound, you have a top 5 quarterback currently. Top 10 quarterback probably playing right now in the game is the last couple of weeks.
Oh, yeah.
When we drafted Tim Couch, we thought we had the guy. I'm not going to go down past any more names other than that. All right, it started there. And none of the guys we picked were the guy. We have a dude who just seems just like us, has an attitude, has a fuck you mentality. When we drafted him, he came out and said, if anyone's going to change that franchise around, I think he's taken it on. And it's turned into something that none of us even fathomed this season. And fucking enjoy it, man. Enjoy every minute, dude. We're going to have playoff football in Cleveland. This win yesterday, pretty much, we get another month of football. We get another month of football. We haven't even gone on vacation from the Browns this year. I mean,
true.
Holy shit, man. It's fantastic. I mean, I'm just as chill as I could be. That was the most relaxed Browns game I think I've watched since I've been old enough to drink and have it stress me out. You know, dude, we're fucking good again.
10-4.
Go Browns, baby. Go
Go.
Browns.
Go Browns.